First of all, I would like to thank our consultant for joining the session today to conduct the guidance sessions and give necessary guidance and whatever instructions that applicants may need. And I would like to take this opportunity to emphasize the fact that, all our applicants should make use of this opportunity, make the best use of this opportunity to uh, obtain very key information from the consultant, because the consultant's presentation will spell out all key areas to be focused in development and submission of the assignment. And please uh, please focus on your assessment criteria and always be focused in your submission, and please try to avoid plagiarism. We are very strict on plagiarism, and the work should be of your own, it should be your original work. So I think you may have various avenues of gathering knowledge and gathering information on this, but I wish to emphasize the fact that the, the guidance session conducted by the consultant will always spell out the most vital and the key areas to be focused. So having said that, uh, let me wish all of you every success at this assignment submission. And I wish to let me very cordially invite our consultant to commence the session today. Thank you very much. Okay, everyone. Now, uh, please be prepared for the session. Our consultant will start the guidance session now. So I hope all of you will make the best use of this opportunity and obtain the maximum benefit out of this guidance session. And let me wish you all uh, a, a successful session and the success at your SL5 assignment submission. Thank you. Over to you, our consultant. Mambaranga, Professor. Sorry. Can you all hear me, please? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
But our consultant says that I cannot be heard. Can any of our applicants confirm whether you all can hear me?
Yes, they can hear. They have confirmed by chat box.
Okay. So, okay, thank you once again. I think I would like to very cordially invite our consultant to start the sessions, and our applicants have confirmed that they can hear me. And of course, consultant was under the impression that there is an issue with the Zoom session, and he said my voice was not very clear. So, shall we start now? So over to you, our consultant.
Good evening to you all. Am I audible to you? Right. Thank you very much. I hope, let me share the presentation first. Well, I have shared my presentation right now. So you should see the screen of some presentation right now. So let me thank for the introduction from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. And I welcome you to this session that targets to explain or some assisting work to you for you to develop your assignment for the case study purpose. I think we have about 1 hour's time. We can take 1 hour's time to discuss some of the things in detail. If you have any questions, you can post them in the chat. What the introduction given by the institute, well, I did not hear it anyway. I have seen the messages that the participants said they hear it well. So let me introduce myself. My name is Chandana Guratilaka. I work at Sri Jawadhara University, Department of Finance. So I titled this presentation with your assignment title, Change the World with the Innovation Committee of CA. So this time, your assignment, I have checked the document you have. That document described in this way. It's about a proposal that you will have to submit. So this assignment is about not a report, not something like dissertation, not something like letter, but it is about a proposal. So when you submit a proposal, the proposal should be competent to attract the donors' investments. So it's about investments and startups and proposing a business so that the partners or the joint ventures or any other investor will invest with you. So okay, so there was an interruption from my side. I'm sorry. Well, this proposal requirement said it calls about proposals for demanding capital up to maximum of 5 million, from 0.5 million to 5 million maximum. So it seems that the requirement is to submit business startup proposals, which is one of the most important topics today, because the world case startups are much more significant than ever in today's context. So I'm not reading the text with here, because you have it, the document already. So it requires, however, prepare a proposal that persuades ICCA to recognize your business for funding. You need to launch a product, start a small business. You might have seen small businesses enough of in Sri Lanka, whether they are funded by somebody or not. There are good innovative businesses. SME sector is much important, and for our economy also, SME sector has a big contribution. So I think through this assignment, you can focus on such developing business proposals and business plans. So what is this about, in fact? So what? The problem. The assignment is about some problem orientation. It has some problem orientation. So your job is to find some problem in the society. Find a problem in the society and try to solve the problem in the society. So which problem? I mean, when you see a problem in the something that you can solve by business, you can think about any extension of businesses, current businesses, or entirely new business plans with innovations. So let me explain what these innovations are. How do we start with innovative businesses? So the innovations today that start with the recognition of a problem or need in the society. And that need or the problem, if you can solve, if you can offer something, if you can correct it, that will improve the living standard of the society. So you start with the recognizing of a problem, and then you offer a solution. So in the technology today, in Asian context, if I give you some examples, there are many startups that deal with technology. So I'm not sure whether you can propose any technology startup proposal. However, in the Asian context, if you can just go to the Google South Asian context, just search for business startup proposals in South Asia. There are many technology businesses came up. So these were some examples highlighted in the assignment. In your assignment, we see that there was an example about selling furniture, such as chairs, tables. This is about an entrepreneur. This entrepreneur is about producing some furniture out of the waste of the society. So it says clearly here, they produce some creative coffee tables or seating, yard furniture out of tires, recycled tires. So these are good examples that we think about how to do a business innovatively. It's a concept. So you will have to generate a similar concept. But you will have to generate a different concept, not the same concept. Therefore, this is another example in the assignment. Food City started in 21, and that produces highlighting the fact that many children in the rural community were malnourished. Its goal was to create a community with healthier living standards. And what is the product? This led to creation of flours, jams, spreads, sweets, etc. from coconuts, cassavas, and yams. So if a business startup proposal is sound, then which means the proposal will be attractive for investors. So is a business in the current business context, of course, in different countries, there are investment companies, there are innovative councils that fund this kind of innovations, innovative businesses. So what you are required is, as a member of the institute, at the last line of the membership, you can think innovatively using your past experience, your business experience, and try to develop a proposal that can solve any problem of the society. For example, this particular business, Food City, produces meals to non-dairy drinks that is nutritious. It offers goodness and delight to a customer from coconut. The first product that has been released is coconut milk yogurt. Have you thought about such thing is possible? Coconut milk yogurt. Have you seen something like this, or have you thought about products like this? So this is a kind of responsibility of professionals, business leaders. We need to develop products, and this is one of the significant contribution. If you can, in a future day, if you can develop a business, possibly which can solve a problem of the society, that become definitely a winning business. There will be opportunities. So this, I'm reading the given slide here. It says the yogurt is made without preservatives, using probiotic and fruit-based natural flavors. It's currently available in strawberry flavors, vanilla and strawberry flavors. With the increasing rise of chronic conditions emanating from poor nutrition, lifestyle choice, and unhappy guts, Food City aims to promote nutritious foods. Have you seen in some products like coconut jam? So I am not sure whether we have in Sri Lanka, but coconut jam is a popular popular food item among within East Asian countries. So coconut you can use for such products, but we have I'm not sure whether we have thought about that kind of products. We don't see that in supermarkets or in the market. So where are the requirement? You can generate such things as a proposal. This is another example. This is some exhibition capture. Fernando and Radhika Fernando, Malika Fernando, start a small business that engages in production of natural beauty products. The products include herbal hair oil, shampoo for skincare, and hair care. It aims to reduce the effects of using chemically made beauty products by utilizing the availability of natural resources in the country to create high quality beauty items. The goal is contribute the growth of the value chain of natural beauty products by enhancing the production of raw material from small scale farmers, increasing their income, fostering employment, and production of natural beauty products. So the small businesses in the SME sector, if you see some of the innovative businesses, they do not only their business, they also help the development of the entire supply chain. Therefore, you can, in your assignment, you will have to think about some business startup proposal going with these examples. But these are examples only. You can develop maybe an existing business. You can develop further with further innovations where you need a capital for further investment in the existing business. Or you can create an entirely different line of production so that it's totally different from the existing business. However, that has a strength to market, that has a strength to attract the market. Well, so this is another example I create when I see this in the local market. Bees honey is about 675 for a small quantity, right? So this creates the opportunity for anybody to think. If you can think of some innovation here, how do we market this? This is a scarce product. We know the scarcity, and then we know that this is a medicine and kind of most demanded thing, right? And the natural thing, but it is not much available. So what innovation you can think about? How to produce this kind of a thing. So if you go through the innovations by Israel startups, they produced this one. You can see the picture here. They produced the world's first autonomous beehive. which means that is something, something, the technology solution, which means inside the particular box you can see there will be a lot of technology innovative sensors. That sensors pass messages to the owner, administrator, or controller about the bees inside. So this is why it says autonomous beehive. So it controls the environment within the box. You know, temperature and humidity, these things are must to grow bees. That is why we don't have some of the successful businesses in this area. You start, but in the middle, that become unsuccessful. So you need to think more if you start a business like this. If I read through this given text here, this is bee home device that houses 24 colonies, allowing beekeepers to remotely treat their hives and care for their bees. Solar powered, this is solar powered. So you can install this in a remote area, solar powered. Bee home is placed in the field populated with bees. So it's difficult for you to develop a beehive at your home. It requires some natural environment. So where the bees are grown, where you need, the bees require their food. Therefore, you can place this in that kind of area, but it is automated. You get signals how much bee honey is available, automatically communicated. So you can go there and collect the honey without breaking anything, without doing anything to the bees. So it's autonomous beehive. So these things explain some advanced thinking innovations, business innovations. So what the action model now? I propose you can think what problem you want to solve. Think about the problem you can solve, or what resources are available. Think about whether you have resources. Turning vision into a practical objective, and then develop a startup project proposal. In this assignment, it is also possible somebody to think an extension of an already existed business. A new product may not be something that is beyond your capacity, beyond our environmental capacity, beyond our industrial capacity, beyond our economic capacity. Therefore, it should be something practical. So, 7 steps to building such a startup. How to develop such a startup? Startup means what? It means that you spark an idea of something. You bring some idea into a practical, commercialized product. That's a requirement. So find a good idea. It may be, for example, it may be some new food item, some new home appliance, even a knife. Sometimes you know, in case of some So I had a disturbance here. I'm sorry that I had a disturbance here. So now the matter is solved. I'm back to the lesson. Well, find a good idea, develop a business plan, ensure that you have adequate capital. That is what you are searching for from the Innovative Business Council. Therefore, that is the request you to prepare a proposal, choose the right people, that is the staff, pick a location, and design a site. So I will explain this. These are some parts of your proposal. I will come to this point with the next few slides. So what a good idea means. Good ideas that can attract investors, venturers, or any partnership. What is a good idea? Search for products, services that are in great demand. So the products that you just noticed in my slide, the recycled tire products, or some products like right, I'm back with certain issue here. I am sorting it out. I hope you can hear me. Good idea. So I just explained you how you generate a good idea so that you attract an investor. So this project plan, business plans, having an idea is not enough. As a chartered accountant in the near future, you can think about how you present your business plan to somebody. Therefore, business plans include description of the business future, and outline of the business strategy. People with plans succeed in obtaining capital and growing startups. So sometimes idea is very good, but if you are unable to present it with financial plans, with marketing plans, and with operational plans, and the business detail, then you may not attract anything out of the donors, out of the business partners. Therefore, the business plan has to be a professional plan with required contents. So this product is something, again, that was attractive for me. Biodegradable, eco-friendly, natural bamboo charcoal toothbrushes. So do you think that this one can be sold by $6? So what is specialized here? What do you touch here? As a business idea, it seems that already we have toothbrushes, any kind, any color, any size, enough of toothbrushes in the market. But within that market, you have an opportunity. The person created this, recognized that there is an opportunity for like this, something like this. So business startups, innovations and innovators are some people like this. So pay attention to your daily life. You might think that, okay, given this explanation, you might think, how do I find a solution? How do I find some product? Pay attention to your daily life. Innovations are everywhere. You can see everywhere, wherever there are problems, wherever you can see something, some problem, there will be an innovative solution. There will be an innovation in any case everywhere. The problem is we cannot convert this problem into an opportunity because we don't have resources, or we don't have technology, or we don't have some support from the from any authority. Sometimes we don't have legal permission to do many things. Yet I hope, as a business professional, as a business accountant or chartered accountant in the near future, you will have to develop such ideas with no other limitations. Given the limitations, we can have our own strategy to overcome the problem. So I am reading now the first point here. Where can you see smarter innovations being made in your home? No matter how seemingly small the innovation might be, the innovations are little, and a little innovation can go far. I remember one example. I had some example, like you might know that we have corn. We have corn in Sri Lanka. In Colombo, we have corn, but when you buy this corn, and we cannot eat it because already it is ripened. Means after plucking this, it has gone about 2-3 weeks. By the time you get, it is no more usable. Its freshness all gone. They are not fresh after 1 month, after 3 weeks. So that means there is a problem. That means there's a problem. So who can solve this problem? The problem is, what is the problem here? If there is a way, innovation, that you can control this, these are no more ripened after plucking. So if you can solve it, then that is a good innovation. Okay, so this problem was solved. That problem is not new. That problem was already solved by scientists. Scientists changed the DNA of maize, corn, and we have today, after plucking this, they are no more getting ripened. That is stopped after plucking from the tree. That will be fresh for 3-4 weeks, doesn't matter. So the DNA was changed. So it's an innovation. But I'm not sure whether you can do such innovation in this one. The second point here, smart appliances are the future, and we will definitely see their popularity rise throughout the year. Smart appliances. What smart appliance you think? You can think some of the things, of course. Now, this is a rainy season everywhere. Have you seen the problems of people? Have you seen? I have seen. I noted some of the cases on the road. The bicycles, motorcycles, people are getting wet. Then they're getting wet, their shoes are getting wet. So they can't come to the office. They are all gone. Their appearance is, right? So now that means there's a problem. This problem, can you think to solve the problem? So that's how we find the problem. Another example I have seen is people lose their office keys, door keys, home keys, because it is possible when you hold a key, the keys are getting mislocated. Then what is the solution? That problem was solved by some innovators. They brought it as a smart lock. Smart lock. What is the smart lock? Where you don't have keys. Keys can be converted into a fingerprint keys. Smart locks. So it's something that is possible. It's not something that is impossible. We can do this. We need to do this. So think about these examples. 650 rupees, pink and purple. What is this? If you love scented soaps and have a sizable knowledge base of the different ingredients and their beauty and the health benefits, this could be the start of idea for you. Right? So touch the society requirement. This is another example. Can we do this? Even I'm using a phone holder. I'm using a phone holder, but that is made of plastic. Phone holder is plastic that I'm using, but we have enough of wooden products here. So these products are not from Sri Lanka. What is seen on the screen are from other countries. They develop, they find the problem, they solve it. But for us in Sri Lanka, we can't near future, you can make it a reality. I'm reading the point here. Take advantage of the demand for stylish, sleek, streamlined, and functional accessories, and create a new product that makes an existing device or accessory better. So you can see a candle here, pillar candle. That's priced about 7,000 rupees in Sri Lanka. Pillar candle. So how much cost you think that require to make this? Colorful, attractive, but you think that there's a market? There will be a market. There is a market. This is a product already available. So we think that these are impossible, but these are really simple. Explain for the manufacturing business, you may have to explain these things. Focus on these things. Explain the operations involved in manufacturing your products. Explain the operations. So you need the business knowledge for this. What is the business? If you talk about a bakery, you know what the process is. If you don't know the bakery, you have to develop a proposal from a business known to you. Maybe it's a simple, if you know how to process in a plantation sector something. There are small businesses today, they get black tea from some factories, they blend it, and then they make small sachets and they sell in the market within local community. There are small businesses, enough of, you might know them very well. So in developing a business plan, what equipment is needed, you will have to think about what equipment required. That is where you need to develop the financial plan. What production capacity limits is specialized labor required? That is where you need to develop the business financial plan, operational plan. So your assignment requires to emphasize three things. As I went through, I noted that it requires to produce an operational plan, marketing plan, and business plan. So let me go to this as the time moves fast. Let me focus. I skipped few slides. How would you arrange your report? These reports can include marketing plans, operational plans, and financial plans. Among the many, more emphasis given in your assignment for financial plan may be because we are all financial expertise, financial accounts, and the things, quantitative things we are the specialists. So what is this financial plan or marketing plan, operational plan? I will explain you the content of that. A startup business plan serves several purposes. It can help convince investors or lenders to finance your business. It can persuade partners or key employees to join your company, isn't it? It has many purposes. More importantly, it serves as a roadmap guiding the launch of and growth of your new business. Therefore, think about these things when you prepare the proposal. Well, let me explain the contents of a financial plan. Financial plan. Think about these things when you develop your financial plan. Financial plan. The first component, I'm not reading the entirety here, but I emphasize the requirement, say, you need a profit and loss projection. Profit and loss projection is simple to understand. I mean, it's simple to understand. In a business proposal, financial plan, you need, of course, a profit and loss projection, because that is where you talk about cash flow projection. So at least P&L, the 12-month profit and loss projection is a must for a small business. Since we start with a small business, you may not be able to develop a plan for next 15 years. You may not be able to do that. Of course, in the current business condition, in the economy, 15-year prediction is little funny. So if you can predict next 4 years, 3 years, that is all right for a business plan. But it does not mean that the businesses are not viable. In most cases, these businesses may be viable. However, they are, in most cases, lifetime will be limited to 4 or 5 years, because the reason, the innovation today will become outdated in 2 years' time, 1 year's time. So such a period we are passing. Transformation, change is simple, and that's happening moment to moment. Therefore, at least if you can produce some profit and loss projection and 3-year monthly requirement and the annual requirement, cash flow projection accordingly, 3-year cash flow statement, projected statement of financial position, projected, right? And then break-even analysis and how you are going to use the capital. these things are, I hope these things are some basic requirements of a financial plan. You may have something else, something different than this. However, I hope as a base, these are requirements. These are required, isn't it? So use of capital, for example, you will use to buy money to buy equipment. So that's how you are going to use the capital. And break-even analysis, you know it well than me, break-even analysis. So if you have to perform a break-even analysis and say that in case we can run at break-even with this quantity of sale, then that can communicate, that can emphasize to the funding authorities, break-even calculation. So I'm going back in the financial plan. Therefore, what is the target? Target is the most important element of your business plan, and lenders and investors should be communicated here. So because they review this, of course, they review this area in detail. So I hope now by this little introduction, you understand how to develop a business plan, financial plan. So this is a quantitative area. You need to project, therefore, projected cash flows, revenues, costs. So you know it better than me. Therefore, prepare cash flow statements projected. That's the financial plan. Marketing plan, what is that? Perhaps accountants are referred as not marketers. Accountants are not marketers, it says, but we don't accept it. As a member of the institute, I don't accept it. Accountants are good marketers. We should be able to develop marketing plans very well, because we are professionals. Therefore, we have no exception. We are not just limited to financial reporting or auditing. So marketing plan, what is that? That should include what? That should include, of course, how you explore the market, marketing research. To understand the total size of your industry, total size of the industry, what is the industry you talk about? Is it a food beverage industry, or is it something consumables, personal items? So what market is it? So I moved it a little. I'm here. Okay. So it's about marketing research, right? So there are different kind of research: basic research, applied research. So I'm not going to explain the research here, but in case of developing the plan, how are you going to market your product? You know, some companies, like big companies, sometime back, they introduced some, I remember, if you remember, it's very good, some dairy products, drinks they introduced. A big company in Sri Lanka, which is popular to bring milk from New Zealand, they introduced some milk drinks with some flavors, with some small bottling, attractive bottles, and then they marketed, and then within about 6 months, the product failed, and you don't see it even now. Even you don't know sometimes what product I'm referring to, because the product was vanished, disappeared from the market within a short period of time. That is a failure of marketing research. So the business plan should say, you don't have to do the marketing here, but you have to say that this is how we do the marketing research. Marketing plan. It's a plan, right? It's not a task performed. It's a plan. So barriers to entry, you have to analyze and show that which which other entrants expected, what barriers do they have? What barriers do they have? Threats. So you know how to perform a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis. But there are developments in the SWOT. You know, SWOT is already over. SWOT, these things cannot contribute to business now. We have some more advanced models than SWOT. If you can apply. Well, product, services, and features, benefits. Describe all of your products or services. Being sure to focus on customers' point of view. What is the product or service that you propose? Who is the target customer? Is it a small market or is it a big market where you supply for a big market? Right, that is possible. You may expect a small share in the big market, or you may supply it to a small market, niche markets. Or if you have key competitive analysis, competitors, positioning, how are you going to position your product, your brand? Are you going to brand, or how you will market your product or service? Explain the marketing and advertising tactics you plan to use. Do you get the point? For example, how are you going to market? Do you put an advertisement, or you use social media to campaign social media, or what method you use for marketing purpose, promotional budget or pricing? You know, these are some ideal things I explained, but for a small business that depend on your product, your proposal. If your total business size is about 500,000, right, you can have a big marketing plan. I hope I'm explaining you the things. Operational plan. The assignment required operational plan. How you operate the business. For example, production. Describe your production method. What equipment you use. Is it a manual method? Suppose you pack something. I have noticed recently some small businesses like they pack some powdered food items. They pack using small equipments, the packing equipments, that the packing equipment costs about 40,000, the small packing items, packing and sealing machines. So how do you operate the business? Simple operation. Simple operation you have to explain without fabricating the story. Simple operation you have to explain. Then quality control. If there is any quality control expected, how are you going to control the quality of, if it is the food item, quality control. If it is not food, maybe you can submit some furniture item or personal item. So anything you need quality control. So where the location proposed? Location proposed. Is it somewhere in the Jupiter or moon? Right? We can propose something like that. Therefore, it should be something feasible, something possible. Legal environment. Whether you need any licenses. For example, some products you cannot develop or market with no license. Staffing, personnel. What type of employees do you attract? Some skilled employees or any professionals, or which kind of personnel you need into the business? It may be one-man business. It may be one-man business. There are small businesses where in small businesses, why we call that is small? Because its scale is small. Right? So what inventory, raw material you hold, from where you get supply and what credit policy you follow. That is the business operational plan. So you may think on this further. You may Google on these items. You get enough of information. I'm sure you can continue. And the contents included one executive summary. Business reports proposals generally include one executive summary that makes the impact of the report proposal summary is given in the executive summary. However, everybody should understand that the executive summary is not a summary. Summary is different from executive summary, and executive summary is different from conclusion. Executive summary is different from abstract. So executive summary generally includes what? Generally, that should include what kind of proposal is this? What kind of a proposal is this? What this proposal is about, right? What this proposal is about. There you can say the background, and how did you do that? What methodology or the methods you followed? How, right? And then the simple questions like, if that is applicable, where you do this, right? And then when you implement it, and expected results, and your in the executive summary also you should say that if you implement this, the significant or significance to the business, and then survival of the business. Executive summary. So generally, these things you can see what, how, when, where, right? So these things you have to answer in the executive summary, and the results are included also in the executive summary. Which result? You can say, for example, if you request the authority for 2 million money, so you can include in the executive summary, we are expecting 2 million, as you can refer even an annex and say that we need the 2 million to deploy this plan. So executive summaries are, I am sure you are familiar with. If not, you have to be familiar. I know that you have some reporting requirements other than this also. Fine. So this is about executive summary, and then that is about the presentation. Is 6:35 now. I hope I gave you some insights about the assignment. I just explained some basics of the assignment requirements. So if you have anything to discuss, let us discuss, taking about 5 minutes time. Okay, so there are a few questions I can answer. One is, how about the slide set? I will give you this, don't worry, that I will give to the institute, so they will distribute it to you. That doesn't matter. There's another question. Can we use yes, can we use photos, images in the report? So it's natural, you have to use them. Photos, images, you have to use them. If you have any suggestion, if you have anything to propose, that should include them, of course, images, photos, or any diagrams, figures, or any structures, plans, produce them. That's very good. But even if you don't have, doesn't matter. Well, okay. What should be the size of the business in terms of LKR? So the assignment said clearly they accept proposals between grant of minimum 0.5 million and maximum 5 million. Therefore, your plan should be in between. However, assignment also says that the size of the project proposed is not much important. Size of the, whether it's 5 million project, whether it is 500,000 project, that's not the point. That's not the point. Point here is how practical the proposal. It's a matter of getting capital from the investors. So you'll have to get involved with them, get the capital required from the investors. So you have to justify what you explain to them. This is a business, this is a product, or this is a service that I'm going to do. Then this is the budget, this is the marketing plan, this is how I'm going to operationalize this. So give me money, right? So it's basically winning their money. Therefore, please, I hope with this one, you can think about how to develop a proposal. But one thing is clear, the institute use plagiarism softwares. Institute use them is very clear. Please do not submit anything which is not your own writing, which is not your own idea, right? Because especially marketing plan, financial plan, operational plan, it can't be of something you take from Google, right? You can't take them from Google or ChatGPT. Well, there is one question with government funds or the ICCA funds, can't we exceed 5 million? Well, when you give the proposal, when there is a ceiling given by the donor, we have to request below the level. Balance you can collect from some other authority, some other donors possible, other ventures. When you finance a business, if you can't find money totally by issuing shares, then what we do? We go to the bank. Right? So you can find something else, some other partner, some other venturer, some other source of finance. That's possible. But for this purpose, maximum is given to you. So which means that is a ceiling. Okay, this is a good question. If you select a manufacturing business as a proposal, what extent of knowledge we need to describe in the proposal? So that's a very good question. You know, these things are more practical issues with us. If I propose something, if I want, say, 2 million money for my proposal, then I should communicate them that I know this. Therefore, everything applicable to my proposal, I should clearly describe. Suppose, for example, if I prepare some food item, or I prepare some wooden product, or I prepare some garment, then I should describe A to Z. I should know what I propose. You can prepare, okay, so the meeting was over and then reconnected. I'm not sure whether I'm there in the meeting right now. I hope I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, so what I explained, say, I wanted to tell you something. Very recently, I have been to some place out of Sri Lanka. So I bought some kind of a cap, caps, hats, right? So I bought a cap. That cap is woven using some natural items, and then it's a bit different where it can help us our temperature through the head. It does not just like other hats or caps. It does not develop temperature inside the hat, inside the cap. It has holes. It has holes and good items or itemized with the natural things, naturally woven. Naturally woven means it's not thread, it's not nylon, it's not synthetic material. It's some natural items. You can see even in our country, we have some locations where people produce some material like that. So it's an attractive product where it helps some problem of other hats and caps, right? It helps a problem, solve a problem. Well, now if you propose such a thing, it's a small thing, little tiny innovation, but that can solve problem of other people. Well, let me answer some questions. There's a question, since it's a grant, can we make our project above 5 million as keeping 5 million to accept part of capital of the project. Okay. That means I hope you have some plan to start a project with more than 5 million capital. More than 5 million capital. So I hope that's also acceptable, because in certain cases, you have large scale business plans. That's a large scale one. This assignment requires a little lower or middle level startups. Middle level startups. That is why I hope is clearly given below 5 million, which means you can think about a big business. However, big businesses, how are you going to plan? That depend on your plan, that depend on your analysis, and then if it is viable, maybe you can take 5 million from this donor, this partner, this investor. Balance money, you have to justify that you are getting from somewhere, right? Suppose you have a plan for 50 million or 100 million project, whereas you require only 5 million from this investor. Then this investor should be convinced that you are getting balance 95 million from some other source. Otherwise, this investor will not give you 5 million, isn't it? This investor's problem, if you don't get balance 95 million from somewhere, you cannot start a business. Then there is no point of giving 5 million to you. Right? So if you give a plan more than that, then make sure you show clearly that you are getting money from other sources, so that you are collecting your total capital from these sources. So I think there were many questions in line with the same issue. I hope I have cleared them. Yes, there's another question. That's a good question about manpower. So do we have to provide breakups for individual salaries or employees for the project period we are considering? That's a very good question. You know, in the operational plan, when you plan what, how are you going to operate this business, you will have to think about day-to-day activities. Day-to-day activities. So day-to-day activity is based on your manpower projection. Manpower projection. Therefore, you need how many employees? How much you have to pay? Salary, that has to be budgeted. That has to be budgeted. So that depend on, if you plan for 10 employees, skilled labor, so plan for 10, budget for 10. So there's another question. Is it mandatory to generate a payback of 5 years? No. Capital within 5 years? No. Because payback is not expected in a way, you know, it can be different, but only thing that should be, you should show your business that it is viable and you can recover your money, you can generate money. So it's a worthy investment for the investor. So investors, what is their point? If they give 5 million, they should know, okay, with my 5 million, you are doing a business and the business is successful, will be successful, and I'm getting some dividend. Whether I get a dividend or not, that doesn't matter sometimes, you know. Venturers, sometimes they expect a reward. However, if the objective is help startups, then recovery entirety may not be a problem, but business should survive. It should continue with good profitability, success, creating wealth. So I don't think we have more time. Yeah. So there's a question. If I prepare a business plan to exporting Sri Lankan food items in a small scale, you see, that's very good. That's very good. But you have to think how practical this is. Exporting food item to which market? Do you have market? Do you have the standards that you can guarantee that the product can be sold to these markets? Food items, is critical. The process, standardizing process, standards and permissions, these are very important when you use such a product to other markets. Even you can send natural items with no proper standardization and authorities. Yeah, so if you are there, food items can include even tea, tea. So of course, by now there are many small scale tea exporters, small scale fruit exporters, small scale dehydrated items exporters. There are many. So these are good things. Yeah, exporting food items. Okay, that's a good question, right? Exporting food items, not a new business, right? Exporting food items is not a new business because, uh, you can export anything, import anything. They are not startups, right? But if you export something, something's of special food item, right? That may be a SME, which can attract capital, right? The problem here is when you export some food item, if it is some common thing, it's nothing new, that's correct. But then the problem is how far you can go ahead like this. If you supply some similar thing, how far you can continue, how long you can continue that business, and what is the additional gain the economy has. But instead, if you say if you send some tea, a blended tea with herbs, right, with herbs, possibly organic tea with herbs, these are something you can do, but they are coming with innovations. Okay. I think it's time now. It's 7 almost. Therefore, right. There's a good question. In case of production of bee honey, how can we value bees? Right? How can we value bees? So is that a question I should answer? I think you're running out of time. Bees, bees are not yet, if you start the bee honey production, you don't have bees. Bees are naturally grown. But you have to plan for that, too many things in bee honey production. Because you don't sell bees, you sell bee honey. But anyway, biological assets you can value, right? You know, the standards application on that. Yeah, already operating concepts in other countries. Can we think about? Yes, why not? Yes, why not? Because if you think to use local raw material, local process, it can be a good idea. You know, uh, toothbrush example. Toothbrush everywhere in the world. You can use local raw material. If you have some idea, you can do that. I hope that's clear. And then there's a question going to expand business using machineries instead of traditional method. Can expand operation international. Well, it's about coconut oil. Okay, I hope your question, as I understand, your question is whether we can propose for already available business some advanced technology, application of advanced technology. Okay, that is the question. Okay, I think it's possible. It's not a big deal. Given that your budgets, marketing plans, and operation plans, if they are at the level required, then that is not a big deal. But you know, this is focused on startups. It's innovations expected. So if you do so, show that there is a new product, something we had no this kind of a product, so there is a new process or new product, some innovations you can bring in. You know, coconut oil itself, you can innovate. You have a lot of innovations within that. Maybe bottling, you know, bottling is an innovation. Packing is innovation. So it's not only the product you can sell innovatively. For example, if you can sell salt, you can sell salt even. Salt in a different packaging, right? Or salt, iodized salt there. Or, you know, one company in Sri Lanka, they started selling powdered salt. It's an innovation, isn't it? Before that, we had only some different products, salt. We had salt, of course, right? We had salt, but this powdered one, they started. That's innovation, isn't it? Yeah, why not? Biodegradable packaging, that's innovation, definitely. That's innovation. Biodegradable packaging. Of course, requested and demanded, highly demanded now. Biodegradable packaging. You know, in other countries, we get curd, yogurt in biodegradable cup. Even in Sri Lanka, we have now in Sri Lanka, ice cream are sold for this kind of packaging. But you can innovate it more than that. That's the thing. Okay. Then I think it's 7 o'clock in the evening. I thank everybody for participation in this session and thank for the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka to give me this time to talk to you, talk to these almost chartered accountants are here. Therefore, I'm happy to talk to you in this evening and hope you can do a better job in this assignment. And I wish you all the best for the for your future. And in case you want to find my contact details, you can just Google me. Even if you Google my name, you get my contacts and everything available in the Google today. Therefore, thank you very much. And if you need any help, you can reach me.